Hello and welcome. My name is Ajaxpost and we're back here in Transport Fever 2, Bristol. And indeed we are at Bristol Temple Meads, the finest station in all of the west of England. Possibly the whole of England, but then I'm slightly biased. Anyway, yes, what we're looking at here is, actually it's not that, well, it looks quite old, but it's not that old of a train. It's only 9 years old, but as you can see, it's already showing signs of rust. And to be honest, vehicle ageing is something that we need to get to address. And if I remember, I'll come back to that a little later in the episode. But I stopped here on this train for one reason. It's full. It's absolutely bursting at the seams. Though strangely enough, in Transport Fever 2, unlike on any of the British rail networks, privatised, well, apart from those that have recently been renationalised, or whatever the current phrase is for public ownership. Anyway, getting back onto the subject in hand, yeah, they don't seem to sort of overfill their carriages. You don't have people standing in the vestibules and sort of in the luggage racks and stuff. No, they just fill in the number of seats that there are in the wagon. Anyway, waffle. We're looking at that because it's full and because there's still 6 people waiting that we didn't pick up from Bristol Temple Meads, and the other end of the line, ooh, that's a very big person. Yeah, there's 39 people waiting, so I think we could do with more carriages on this train. I don't want to put 2 trains on this route yet, though it may well be able to cope with that, because that will cost me a fair amount of money, and there's other sort of expensive things I want to do in the meantime, as well as I said, looking at the age of my vehicles, which once again we'll come back to later. So I think what I need to do here is just add another carriage to this. It won't add much capacity, but it will increase the profitability of it, he said, hopefully. So we need to edit this train, and it's a passenger wagon, and those are D3 coaches, weren't they? Yep. So it's another 6. It's 142 grand, which is why I had to wait for it to actually get into Bristol Temple Meads before I did this, because I didn't have enough money then. So we will add that to the consist and we'll modify that. There we go. So he's now got 4 carriages, so he'll pick up more passengers. Anyway, before we get into the real heart of this episode, first off though, a very sincere thank you, and yeah, I'm kind of embarrassed about this. JC1028, thank you very much for watching the last episode and pointing out the fact that my new route that I created at the end of the last episode from Euston here to Station Approach on this south side of the station was, to all intents and purposes, entirely pointless, because I already have a route going from Euston, that's the blue line here, which goes to the other side of the station, which is why it didn't make money. And so what I've done is I have rerouted it to connect Euston and a new town of St George. It's still losing vast amounts of money because all those carriages spent a year or so picking up no passengers. But once that gets into the swing of things, I'm sure that will become profitable as well. And talking of profits, the cargo route we put in place last episode again, it's currently running over 50 grand in profit, which, to be honest, I think is quite good. The passenger line's taken a little longer to get into the swing of things, but let's check the finances on that. Yeah, that's coming up. I think we can look towards profit on that. Okay. Now, in terms of aging, let's deal with that right now, shall we? I do have lots of quite old vehicles. They're all running 40, the oldest are 14 years old. So as they will be showing signs of wear and tear. Does it show much on a wagon? I'm not sure horses really show wear and tear, to be honest, but they are getting old. I'm assuming they are replacing the horses with new ones as they go through. Now, in a few years' time, they will reach the end of their natural lifespan, as it were, and I will start getting lots of prompts saying replace them. But I don't get any new vehicles as far as I've been able to work out, until 1870. So that's another 6 years to go. So I'm going to put up with these old vehicles, although they're in very bad condition, and the emissions have gone up from 60 something, I think. Yeah, from about 65 up to 71. I'm going to let that pass for the moment. We are early days in this series, so I'm going to let that pass, and we'll replace them when we get the new vehicles on tap, when they come into play. Okay, so where the heck am I? I've wandered all over the map. Here we go. Right, so we do have a couple of things going on down here in Bedminster. This line here, or this stop here rather, Bedminster to Southville, just connecting these two linked suburbs, if you will, of Bristol together, is A, profitable, and B, full of people. That's it there. Oh, click the right thing, you silly boy. 19 people, and the other end 5 on there. So that's quite busy. And I don't like the way that route works. If I pull that one up there, not that one, is it the other one? But yeah, I don't like it just turning around in the street like that. I'd like it to sort of just do a natural round, as it were. Now that will be quite expensive to achieve here, by sort of going through buildings and stuff. So what I thought I could do is actually build a little bus station adjacent to the Bedminster station here. And on top of that, actually attempt to alleviate further the awful Bristol congestion we've got here. If we look at a few of these people, yeah, he's going from Westbury-on-Trim. Good grief, man. He apparently has travelled all the way from there to get to his work in Southville. And he's going Frampton Cotterell, that's somewhere up here as well. That's up. Good grief, these people don't have to travel some distance. Okay, I'm not sure we can help him much, to be honest. What about you? Amelia Roberts. Bedminster Clifton. Yeah. You. Bedminster from Kingsdown, Hotwells. Yeah, so we're going to try and help those people by putting in another link to the south of the town here. When I did it in the first playthrough on this map, which lasted, as you can, if you may remember, 3 very unprofitable episodes, I had routes going down the centre here, and they just got clogged up by this congestion. So what I'm thinking is take a sort of sideways route going here from Redcliffe into Bedminster. And when I played around with this route, one of the cute things in Transport Fever 2, which I don't think we saw in Transport Fever 1, was spotted. So I don't want that road. Actually, let's start with building this bus station, shall we? Here. So, oh, a new mod. Someone, and I will, if I remember, I might annotate them on the video. But certainly this UK signs mod is now in my Steam collection. A link to which you can find in the description below. Some very nice oldie worldy, old-fashioned bus signs, which actually look British. So I think that's Midland. That I think is Aldershot and District. This is City Transport. Now we're neither Midland or Aldershot, so I'll be using this one occasionally, I imagine. And there are others that go through the various ages. So thank you very much, modders, again, for just adding so much flavour to the game. Right, passengers, we'll use a bus station here, actually. Now, where can I slip this in? I can slip that in there, and it is kind of connected to the bus station. Sorry, the train station. I could add it there to connect it to that platform, but that's a bit... Actually, that's not too bad a call, actually. So, the only unfortunate thing here is that the back of the bus station doesn't have any of those sort of travel routes out from there. So you can only achieve that by turning it around that way. Oh, there's no stairs there, that's why. Clunk. If I did that, could I Let me try that. Let's see if that works, shall we? Let's configure this station. Configure that. I'm looking for miscellaneous, aren't I? Yep. Yeah, as I said before, I'm not quite sure why I've got... Oh, I need a platform on this side. Oh, do I want a platform on this side? Oh, this this British platforms mod has apparently had another update, so we now get platforms with sit with black signs as opposed to brown signs. If you're keen on that, but that's fine. I'm going to carry on using the brown ones. So if I stick that platform in there, it's not connected to anything, is it? That's the problem. Or I could add another building to the side here. Oh, and indeed with the appropriate brown trim. Stick that in there. Do I want that? It's 11. Well, let's spend it anyway. So we've got that in there. Let's try and look at our bus station options. Buses. Do we have... so we could have a link going out that way. Is there a link? Well, there is a link at the back. I was playing around with the station in a different save, and it looked like there was no link out of the back of the bus station, which kind of surprised me, but it looks like there is. Now, how am I going to want to organise this? It'd be nice if it went that way. Okay, let's delete that. 150 grand. Okay, don't need you. I've decided. So if I put that in there, it's unfortunate I've got this rather annoying bit of road. How close can I make that? Which kind of... Actually, that does really work quite nicely, doesn't it? Okay, let's plop you down there. Sorry, if I configure... Nope, don't configure the train station. Let's configure the bus stop here. I want to get that road connected, don't I? Really, that's the main thing. So, okay. No. Am I going to have to delete this bit of road here? It's going to cost me 2,000, which I don't have. What if I delete that bit of road there? That's only 4 grand. Now, what I could have done this better earlier. So, can I can't put, I can put... what if I put a road... Oh, I can't put the road there. I didn't really intend to do that. Okay, so I've just wasted a fair amount of money by achieved nothing. Right, let's get rid of that. I can't afford it. Let's borrow some more money. And I can afford it. Right, let's build that. Oh, slopey, slopey, nasty. No. Well, I hadn't planned to redesign this whole part of town, but it appears that's where we're going. Okay, I'll put you there. Now, can I? I've got the bus stops there, haven't I? Okay, let's wipe those out. So I'm going to lose all those passengers for a while, but You know, sometimes you start on a plan and it kind of made sense in your head. Ooh, that kind of makes sense. It looks a bit awful, but let's see what happens. Yeah, okay. Right, let's configure our bus station here. Can I add another passenger there? I will put a third in there because I'm going to want that. Right now, Bedminster, you can now go from Station Road to there. We'll put you on platform 3. Yep, that's good. And the Southfield route, we will put you in there. Again, going to platform 2. Right, okay, that's much better, I think. And what we'll do, which is all I came here to start doing really, was this little bit of road here. There you see, it goes under the bridge like that, and it extends, it sort of takes out the pillars, which I think is a feature we didn't have in Transport Fever 1, and I must admit, I rather like it. Why can't you go up there? Can I smooth this? I haven't done much smoothing in this game yet. I don't think I've done any, certainly not on camera. Does that make it any better? No idea how much that cost me, but probably a small fortune. Okay, if we take you, we've got to go that way. Okay, let's take you from there and up there. Okay, that works. It's quite a busy intersection, but or do we want to take it? Well, that's a lot cheaper, isn't it? And will that work as well? I think it might, because we might get congestion at that junction. That's my thinking. Definitely. Okay, so we need our new bus route. Now, what's going on here? And we do have 2 going there already. I don't like sort of double up on individual stops or platforms, so we want to try and avoid that. I think. Oh, I've made 1 or 2 more of the bays here in the central Bristol bus station larger, because they were getting, as you can see, very busy. 35 people waiting, which is extraordinary. I could probably do with another wagon on there, can't I? Actually, we'll worry about that in another time. I think we're taking it to the bus station. I do have a free terminal here. Let's try that actually. Let's see if that line will work. So I'll create a new line from there to where's my bus stop there to there. So what route is that taking? Oh, you see, it's taking the congested route, and I really don't want it to do that. I want it to go along there, which of course I can do by means of waypoints. Or I could put in another bus stop. Let's try that actually. We'll leave that. So this is going to be Bedminster Connect, because it's connecting essentially. Well, it's connecting to a train station. So sometimes I use the word connect. Is that one of the things I do? I can never remember which standards I use. Let's get those lines back up. So yeah, we could stick it along here, I think, and then it wouldn't. be interfere. I could stick it down here actually. Yeah, and then it'd be out of the way of those two routes, because I don't want trucks or buses stopping a lot in the road where they could get in the way of other routes, just cause delays. So okay, we'll use one of those new bus stops, shall we? I mean, these ones aren't free, unfortunately, unlike these cheapy ones here. But what the heck? So let's stick you there and there. Yeah, I think, yep, they look very nice indeed. Right, so where was that line? And I forgot, I've lost it already. There we are. So we'll go from there to there. And on the way back, going back isn't so much of an issue actually. There may be an issue crossing the traffic. Well, let's go back here. There you go. So it always uses the slightly less congested route, which hopefully will be a bit faster. One thing to note here as well is yay, colours! I've installed one of the, I think there's about 3 colour mods on the workshop at the moment. This is the one with less than the huge number, but more than the smaller number. So hopefully this works quite nicely for me. I'm not quite sure I like that. Actually, no, we'll use the pink colour. Why not? I don't think we've used it before. So, how many vehicles do we want on this line? And what? We've got a depot here, so we'll stick. How many of these wagons can I afford? 3 is 71. I'm going to need... Let's get the game playing. So we'll put 3 on from there. And we'll buy vehicles from Redcliffe. I can buy another 3 from there. Oh, I haven't put them on a line, did I? Oh, you fool. Right, and in this depot, put them on that line there. And we'll watch as that line starts to make huge amounts of money. Where's our train? Yeah, it's filled up with 24 people already. That's excellent. Right, and the final part of this episode is an expansion outside of Bristol again, looking at the north of Bristol, up here. So, oh, I'm running into debt now. Yeah, this is why I'm not running a new train line or replacing all my vehicles. I mean, I do have quite a fair amount of headroom actually from the bank. I can go up to 10 million loan. Let's do that. Okay, let's pause that there for a second. Right, so what I want to do here is connect Filton and Bristol without going all the way in. So it's going to be a partial link. So I'm going to take Filton into Cottam. I mean, if we look at the traffic overlay here, or the destinations overlay, we can see there's a fair amount of traffic going down there and indeed going along there. So I think if we put a connection in here in Cottam, this one's already used by 2 lines, so it won't be that. It will be a nearby bus stop. We'll put that in there. But there is a fair amount of traffic between these 2 towns as well. So we might want to create a little linking route in there as well. But what I think I'll do, because this could be quite a busy route, certainly, let's say there's a fair amount of traffic going that way. We'll put in a proper bus station, and I'll put it between the towns. That's reasonably cheap, I think. Is it cheaper going in other directions? Oh no. No. Oh, looks. Yeah, there's. Yeah. A little bit of a hill there, so I think this is our cheapest connection point. We put you in there like so. Yep, that's good. and you certainly cover most of those 2 towns. I think we could do with which bus stops? We'll use a cheaty one, which costs me nothing, to connect these areas here, over there, and also here in Southmead. I'm going to want to connect that bit of road up, aren't I think. So yeah, we put you in there. Just a little bit of a street. All these curves, all these contours, they're proving costly. Yeah, not that costly. What about going out there? That's much. Yeah, we'll do that actually. I'm sure they will build out to there. Right, so we're going to want 3 lines coming around here. 3 or 2. Well, let's start with the main one. Going from Filton Central. Oh, I need a new bus stop down here. Where shall that go? So we're coming in from here, I think. Yeah, if we place it along here, I think that should be okay. We're using the correct in-game bus stop here in Cottam, so we'll do that because this is the city centre after all, very nearly. So if we put you in there, then people can move across to that one, which takes them down into the city or across to St Paul's. A little bit of a walk. Oh, it's auto saving. Come on, you can come on, catch up. Thank you. In there. Okay. So our line from Filton Central goes to there. Okay, that's the next pink colour along, presumably. Next colour along, yeah, good choice. Okay, it works. I'll change the name of that at some point. I think that will work. And another new line, which goes from there to there to there, back again. I'll want him to go round, I think, there. And I'm going to need another platform in there, I reckon. Yep, let's do that. Configure that. And add another passenger platform. There we go. So, configure... Oh, it's this line 2, isn't it? Filton Central, you can go to platform 1. Yep, that's as good a plan as any, I reckon. So this is going to be... I don't want a new line. I keep clicking the wrong thing. There we go. Click the edit. That's it. Okay, so that's the Filton Southmead link, and our other one, Filton to Cottam. Excellent. Now, where do we want a depot? Could probably do with one up here, to be honest, couldn't we? What's the lay of the land? We'll stick it out here, perhaps, in the industrial zone. Let's see if we can do that without costing ourselves, without spending a huge fortune. Yeah, the word no. Once again, comes very. Well, actually, that's not too expensive at all. That is. That's a lot better. That's so lovely and flat. Nice. Right. So we will take. I think. How many vehicles can we buy here? Let's take 10. That's quite a few. 2, 3, 4, 5. We will stick on the Filton Southmead line. Actually, those colours could do with a little bit of changing up, I think, actually. They are a bit close to each other. And you can go on the Filton Cottam line. And we got a depot close to Cottam. Absolutely not. Let's take a few from here, though. Don't want to waste money on another I'll say that again. I'll put my teeth in. There we are. We don't need to spend more money on a depot we're not going to use much. So we'll take 4 from there. And again, Bristol. So it's Filton to Cottam, isn't it? There you go. Right. Let's change the colour of... which line should we change the colour of? The south. No, we'll change the longer distance one, I think, actually. We'll make you... That's a lovely colour. We'll use that. Okay. On we go. So before we wrap this episode up, let's have a look at our profit and loss. So that's Eastern St George. That line is still making a loss. The passenger line at Pilding, Severn Beach, that's making a loss. The Keynsham Loop. Yeah. The short lines here. Where's Keynsham? There it is. I've lost it. Brislington, there's Keynsham. This line isn't making much money. How many vehicles do we have on there? 3. Yeah. That might take off. 41. We need perhaps increase the capacity on those trains. And the other one was the Brandon Hill station line. We've got... Oh, that's a train. I don't want that. It's the bus stop. That's it. We've got 4 vehicles on there. It does sometimes make money. As you can see, a fair amount of money. And it's now profitable again anyway. Where it was. Oops. In and out. In and out. Right. But our bank balance is back on the up. It's going up. Yeah. Our road and rail vehicles are making money. It's just the amount of infrastructure that we've spent money on that's causing us a loss here. So I think generally I'm happy with that. I think. Look at that. We're already at $400,000. We'll pay off that last chunk of loan shortly, I'm fairly sure. Right. So let's have a look at our new bus stop here. That South Rail is becoming very popular. Yep. I think I'll change the name of that bus stop as well, to be honest. Oh, buildings are turning up here. I'm replacing the ones I had to demolish. And this line here from the bus station through to the Bedminster station, that's picking up people. Excellent. Okay, it's losing a fair amount of money yet, but that will change once it gets into the swing of things. Right, so I think that will call this episode to a halt. Let's... What? I'm sure these people do it deliberately. I put in a fabulous new bus route. Stagecoaches at this point in time, to be fair, but I put in a fabulous new bus route, and all of a sudden they all get in their cars and go in the very same direction. It really is not fair. But yeah, it looks like looks like these towns are developing quite nicely, I think. So Southmead. So yeah, I'm now getting 40% of the traffic. So we're getting a growth there for Filton. Likewise up, interesting, 40-50. Where's the other 10%? Those obviously must be an approximation. Again, in Filton, 40%. Yeah, it's obviously taking care of the other destinations they want to go to, which is I'm not serving. But good, both those towns are in an upward direction. And one of the reasons for going to Filton was fuel. Filton takes fuel, so one of our next train routes will be to supply fuel out of this refinery here closer into Bristol itself. So Stoke Gifford and Filton here will be one or other. Probably Filton, seeing as I'm already looking at that line, that town, will get fuel. Right, so that's it, I think. Thank you very much for joining me today. Hope you've enjoyed this episode of Transport Fever 2. If you have, it'd be great to hear from you by means of a like. Or even better, if you've got any thoughts, suggestions, anything, there's those messages. Yeah, I'm going to get a few of those now. If you've anything to say, suggestions, recommendations, even criticisms or ideas for how to improve what we're doing here in Bristol, it'd be great to hear from you. Just drop a note into the comments box below. That would be awesome. And of course, if you've not already subscribed to Ajaxpost Plays, this little channel, then you can do that. Why did he turn around? Oh, I was going to put a waypoint in, wasn't I? I'll do that in a moment off camera. Yeah, be great to hear from you. And of course, if you're not already subscribed, I've already said this bit, haven't I? You can do that now. And that way you'll know when I upload another one of these or any of my other Let's Play series. But from me here in Transport Fever 2, until the next time, bye-bye for now.